There's a creature alive today that has survived millions of years of evolution.
Without change, without passion,
and without logic. It lives to kill.
a mindless eating machine.
It will attack and devour anything.
It's as if God created the devil
And gave him jaws.
accompanied by the now iconic score featuring the unforgettably suspenseful, low-thrumming shark theme. Ba-dum, ba-dum. This was the narrator's blood-chilling opening delivery, voiced in the trailer of the 1975 blockbuster movie by award-winning director Steven Spielberg, Jaws. Even though the special effects available to the movie industry back then were lacking, so the shark wasn't shown very much at all, Jaws became a worldwide phenomenon in spite of, or perhaps because of it. And it still remains one of the most gripping, edge-of-your-seat, action, horror, suspense adventures created in motion picture history. It was highly culturally influential, and the carefully crafted trailer script undoubtedly fanned the flames of controversy surrounding the origins debate. Where did we and all that we experience come from originally? In the multitude of minds that heard it, especially in the more Christianized West. Put it all together: God creating Satan, Satan embodying evil in the form of a monstrous creature that will attack and devour anything, evolution creating a killing machine, and therefore God creating a mindless eating machine devoid of mercy through the process of evolution. How does all of that somehow cohere with the loving God of the Bible? One can easily see the quandary posed for Christians by this narration, and simply by the very real scenario of a shark attack itself. The terrifying idea of being savaged by a creature and helplessly devoured alive invoked the theological dilemma known as theodicy for Bible believers in as most visceral a way as possible. Now, the definition of theodicy is the vindication of divine goodness and providence in view of the existence of evil. Now, any of life's tragedies provoke this dilemma, which inevitably boils down to some form of the question, why is there death and suffering in the world if God is a loving God? Behind this come questions like, why did God create Satan, the very embodiment of evil? Why did God create man-eating sharks? Did God use evolution to create? If evolution is true, then does that disprove creation and/or the need for belief in the Creator? Many atheists have stated that their root of disbelief in God comes from their belief in the story of evolution as true. An example comes from the atheist professor of philosophy, Daniel Dennett. This does not demonstrate that there is no divine creator, of course, but only shows that if there is one, he, needn't have bothered to create anything, since natural selection would have taken care of all of that. And the veritable high priest of atheism, Professor Richard Dawkins, made the point quite clearly to Christian interviewer Howard Conder. So, was there a defining moment where you made a decision that you didn't believe in God? Dawkins: yes, I suppose I switched from Christian theism to some sort of deism round about the age of 14 or 15, and then switched to atheism around about the age of 16. Conder: and was there a particular point or something that you read or an experience you had that said, yes, this is it, God does not? Dawkins: oh well, by far the most important, I suppose, was understanding evolution. And he also made it clear what he thinks about Christians who attempt to marry naturalistic, evolutionary ideas with biblical Christianity, revealing that it accomplishes little as far as wooing non-believers towards a Christian worldview. I think the evangelical Christians have really sort of got it right, in a way, in seeing evolution as the enemy. Whereas the more, shall we say, sophisticated theologians are quite happy to live with evolution. I think they're deluded. I think the evangelicals have got it right, in that there really is a deep incompatibility between evolution and Christianity. And I think I realized that at the age of about 16. Atheists will often opine that the fact that there's so much death and suffering and evil in the world proves that God does not exist. However, it should be noted that if God doesn't exist and the story of evolution is true, then a shark or any other creature killing something else isn't a real tragedy. It's simply an event. Except for the creature whose existence, brought about by random chance accidents over millions of years, has been terminated, it isn't truly a bad thing. I mean, it was apparently good for the shark. And if someone has a negative emotional response to the event, it's simply because of their neural hardwiring, brought about by their evolutionary ancestry.